Hi everyone, and well, the next episode of Spike's Family just come out. And this one's certainly been an interesting one. Anya investigating Lloyd's job. Well, jobs of her parents. It was certainly interesting to wonder exactly how exactly the fact they were going to try and keep their cover while also improving the fact of Lloyd's and yours job role. Bearing in mind the fact what they're doing is quite possibly very highly illegal. There was certainly some interesting and very good bits about the episode. The first bit I think that was quite interesting was the fact that you're trying to imagine exactly how she was going to explain her actual job to Anya, namely the fact of her assassin role. And, well, that pretty much went about as well as one would expect. Namely the fact, I think, possibly ended up traumatising Anya from all the blood and guts. So, quite possibly, I think, just in general, possibly an Anya reading your mind decided, let's not do that. Because, quite frankly, I don't know what she is. And, that's going to be a bit much for me to be done with. And I think they both subtly agreed not to do it just because, well, it was going to be too much of a hard burden. Then there comes, I think, Lloyd's job. Now, Lloyd actually does have a occupation to cover as well. The funny thing is, though, I think you're going to actually have taken Anya to the town hall and pretty much showed her administration job. But I think going with the Lloyd, was the better choice for the episode. It was very nice to see the fact of him actually in the hospital, even though possibly he doesn't necessarily have even though he does have, probably was trained in psychology as a spy. I have a funny feeling he's not licensed in Ostania, or if his license is, it's quite possibly forged. And as a result, he sometimes finds himself getting into trouble. And he has to deal with violent patients. Oh my god, God below, I think if there's things he has to do, I think most psychologists probably would have considered another career path. If patients were that violent, I think usually that's the case. If patients were that violent, they'd usually end up with probably quite possibly about 6 or 7 orderlies holding them down, quite possibly would actually just be thrown in the bin. But anyway, I think what was good about that, was just the fact of Anya pretty much attracted all the attention of his so-called co-workers. Anya found out some stuff and also wanted to investigate the stuff of a spy, but necessarily couldn't really do that, because that could spell huge amounts of trouble. And also for a fact that, well, there's a lot of other funny things as well going on in the episode again. I think just in general, one of the best bits of the whole episode, was just the staff sort of all cooing over Anya as if quite possible to the fact they don't necessarily see all the children all the time, but of course they actually see a healthy one. Another good bit about the whole episode, I think, was just how the fact of you're reacting to Lloyd's role and telling the fact how strong he is and how much he likes that about him. The fact that Lloyd can throw people around quite easily. And he's like, Lloyd always was like, oh my cover's always blown. I think it's the fact that Lloyd wondered if the fact if Anya found something out, because none of them know the fact she's the telepath. It was the fact of whether or not the fact is, one of the fact if Anya could blow his cover. She certainly nearly has done that once or twice, but Lloyd was able to quickly figure out a solution to the problem. Another really good bit about the whole episode, I think, and one bit I particularly liked, was the fact of Anya going into a detective outfit. The second part of the episode, I think, was also pretty good. Anya is a child and does child stuff. And, well, being the fact she is a child, she does want to sometimes imitate the things that she sees. And as a result, she decides to... She's watching her favourite TV show, Bondman, and Bondman gets... The plot of that, the episode, of the Bondman episode, was the fact that she ends up with a secret code. And so, Anya decides to do the same sort of thing with a secret code. And basically, it's pretty much as well as someone 6-year-old who quite possibly has not exactly very good at the stuff she does. The other bit about the episode, was that towards the end of the first segment, was the fact that Lloyd, it's pretty much the way Anya explained what Lloyd's job was, and everyone was like, I misjudged that man, and he had to try to explain his career path to them. But luckily, thanks to his super defense technique, he was able to explain himself. But I think it was the fact that he was at his weekly meeting, and he's like, I have a chill. Another brilliant piece about the whole episode, was the secret code bit. And it sort of went and sprung on roundabouts, and Anya sort of imitates the whole thing. Pretty much copies the message, word for word, secretly, in very bad writing. And somehow her secret coded message somehow ends up delivered to basically the guy who provides Lloyd with all his information and gadgets. And it turns out he thinks it's a love letter. So he shows up at the bridge and looks a right arse. He looks like an absolute arse of himself. Makes a complete and absolute fool of himself then and there. Just for the sake of it. That scene itself was brilliant, and I really love that. The final joke of the episode, that was hilarious to see, and I wished beyond anything there was more of that in that episode. That's the kind of jokes we think Spike's Family needs so much, is just the fact of something that's basically the whole plot of the episode is just something nonsensical, and then somehow it sort of ends up with another character, and it sort of goes sideways. So just for example, I don't know, maybe one episode, I wish the next episode we get is Anya, someone trying to babysit Anya, and that should be hilariously funny if that was done right. Absolutely brilliantly. That could be brilliant. Well, I've been the Universe Challenger, thanks for watching, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio!